Washington Post columnist Hugh Hewitt quit live on the air over how ridiculously biased they are against Trump. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about conservative Washington Post columnist Hugh Hewitt quitting the newspaper live on air because of how anti-Trump they are. Now, this comes on the heels of Jeff Bezos refusing to endorse anybody through WAPO, which he owns, of course. Washington Post, Amazon, he owns quite a bit. Now, some editors and whatnot quit because of that. Hugh Hewitt is not quitting because of the lack of endorsement. He's quitting because the culture is still pretty anti-Trump. Now, Hugh Hewitt is a conservative, but him and Trump have had some back and forth in the years past. There was one case, this is many years ago when he was running, okay? A much different looking Trump and Hugh Hewitt went back and forth. Let's play some of this, then I'm gonna play a more recent Trump-Hewitt interaction. Check it out.
A year ago, you told me on my radio show, the audio and the transcript are out there on YouTube, that you would release your tax returns. True. Are you going back on your
No, I'm not.
commitment?
First of all, very few people listen to your radio show. That's the good news. Let me just tell you. Which happened.
So that was back then. Again, this is 2016, many years ago. Water under the bridge because this is them recently. Check it out.
So this is a hypothetical, Mr. President. If somehow Kamala Harris managed to win this, she would have to deal with Xi Jinping, with whom you have dealt for a long time. How would Xi handle her?
Like a baby. He'd take all the candy away very quickly. You wouldn't have any idea what happened. It would be like a grand chess master playing a beginner. We would lose our country or be in World War III. It could be that would happen too.
Right on. Very good answer and a very good question from Hugh Hewitt. Now, let's get to the walkout, okay? I want to show you guys something here. What we have on the screen, I don't know her name. Maybe you guys know. There's Hugh right there, upper right-hand corner. This man here is Jonathan Capehart. You may know him from when he cried when Michael Fanone came on. You know, the J6 cop. Remember that?
Officer Fanone, I'm going to try to get through this. Thank you for what you did 3 years ago today.
Yeah, that's the same guy. Let's watch this, see what's going on, and see just when the walkout happens. And of course, I will link to everything in the box. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
This week, Donald Trump is laying the groundwork for contesting the election by complaining that cheating was taking place in Pennsylvania by suing Bucks County for alleged irregularities. And this is on top of his continual assertion that if he loses, it's because of cheating.
Yeah, that's what he's been laying the groundwork for this, just not in the last week, but in the last umpty-ump months.
Umpty-ump months, okie dokie. Now, Hugh in the top is just like, his body language is like, man, these people, this is ridiculous. Every day I got to deal with this. Every day I got to listen to this dude crying and this lady crying. I am tired. That's that body language right there.
No election can be fair.
Her name is Ruth Marcus, associate editor, Washington Post.
Unless in Donald Trump's mind, unless Donald Trump wins it. And I think we are going to see him both rev up his supporters to contest elections outside of courtrooms and go to every courtroom he can in America where it's relevant to make whatever arguments he can, no matter how far-fetched.
You're talking about frivolous court action. Isn't that what happened to Trump? A lot of projection as usual, per usual.
We saw
Jonathan,
that
I've
work
got
out last time, but it didn't work out
Ruth,
this time.
finish, Hugh.
It may not work. That may not happen this time. And now I'll let you go, Hugh.
Well, I've just got to say, we're news people, even though we're at the opinion section. It's got to be reported. Bucks County was reversed by the court and instructed to open up extra days because they violated the law and told people to go home. So that lawsuit was brought by the Republican National Committee, and it was successful. The Supreme Court ruled that Glenn Youngkin was successful. We are news people, even though we have opinions, and we have to report the whole story if we.
You got to report the whole story. And, you know, I'll tell you from the beginning, yes, I'm a conservative person. I like conservative values. I'm going to give you my opinion about that. But when it comes to the news, I do my absolute best to give you the 100% most accurate story. I write it on my website. I give you sources. I do everything for accuracy. That's very important. My opinion is my opinion. That's separate from facts.
Bring up part of the story. So yes, he's upset about Bucks County, but he was right and he won in court. That's the story.
They don't want to hear that. Oh my, look at these faces.
I'll let you keep going, Jonathan.
No, I don't appreciate being lectured about reporting when, Hugh, many times you come here saying lots of things that aren't.
I will
based
come
in
back,
fact.
Jonathan. I'm done. This is the most unfair election ad I have ever been a part of. You guys are working. That's fine. I'm done.
So, Ruth, you wrote
Hey, round of applause for our man. Doing the right thing, Hugh. Shout out to Hugh. Good for him. Good for him.
Column this week, ending with this line. And actually, I think this is perfect. We're going to put it on the screen. You wrote, "You want to know the stakes of this election? Not only democracy, but decency." Talk more about that, Ruth.
Oh, so you're trying to say that he was indecent? He didn't curse. He didn't use any foul language. He was like, you know what? Okay, I don't like this. I'm out. I see nothing wrong with that. And then, you know what probably set him off was this face right here. Oh, boy. Oh, man. If I was Hugh Hewitt, I'd be hot. I'm talking about fire truck red, ready to bust up out of my seat. Oh, man. That right there. And then her face. Hugh Hewitt tired of it. He's like, man, I'm coming to work every day dealing with y'all idiots. I'm done. I'm out. So I don't blame him at all.
So, Ruth, you wrote a column this week ending with this line. And actually, I think this is perfect. We're going to put it on the screen. You wrote, "You want to know the stakes of this election? Not only democracy, but decency." Talk more about that, Ruth.
Okay, I'm collecting myself.
Okay, let's get it together.
Oh, Ruth froze.
Look at that. Look at God getting in the way. Man, look, I ain't trying to hear you no more. That's kind of what that said right there. That's hilarious.
Ruth is frozen. So hang in there, everyone. We're going to see if we can try to get Ruth back.
Your whole program falling apart, K-Part. Your whole program is just all the shambles, all the pieces.
Back to this very... We're gonna get Ruth back.
You on the air with no shape up and a low cut. What is this hairstyle, man? Cut it all the way bald like me, or do something with that, man. This is crazy. Like, what is this?
In a moment, this is First Look, Washington Post Live's nonstop shop for news and analysis, and Ruth is back. So I'm going to read that quote back again from your column, Ruth, where you wrote, "You want to know the stakes of this election? Not only democracy, but decency." We lost her again. Everybody, if you've been watching First Look, you know that these conversations can be interesting, contentious. You just saw Hugh Hewitt leave the conversation, which is lamentable, unfortunate. It is what it is. I am Jonathan Caper. I want to thank you all very much for joining us on First Look. For more of these important conversations, please.
No, I'm good. We're not going to promote your stuff because I'm not going to watch this ever again. K-Part, the only reason I would watch your show is if something like this happens. Aside from that, I have no intention of watching Washington Post Live and hearing y'all cry about Trump the whole time. I'm tired of it from listening to it for a minute. I know Hugh Hewitt was done a long time ago. Your face you made right here, can we go back? The face you made right here, this right here, that would have been my red button. You just pushed it. Ding. Oh boy, I would have been done. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to my main man, the triple OG, Hugh Hewitt, for doing what's right. Get up out of there, man. Get up out of there. I don't think you need them. You have your own radio show. Hopefully that's, yours, and it's not part of Washington Post. You don't need them. Keep doing your own thing, man, because these people are insufferable. And what he said was correct. If you're a news person, you got to report. You can't just say, oh, Bucks County this, Bucks County that, without telling the full story about, well, that was a legitimate concern and he actually won. Like, let's tell the full story. You can express your opinion, but please give the full story. Don't truncate things because then you become fake. And again, this goes back to Jeff Bezos' whole point about not endorsing anyone, not Kamala or Trump, is because the people don't trust you guys anymore. This example was just another example of why we don't trust y'all. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on the whole situation with Hugh Hewitt leaving, walking out during Washington Post Live because of how ridiculously biased they are? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This was the 100% correct thing to do. Absolutely correct. I don't blame him at all. K-Part, the lady, man, from 1 minute of watching them, I'm tired of him. So I know he was tired of it. We got to report the news accurately. I'll give my opinion on this story, but like I said, I will put the whole video. I will put everything in the box, left, right, independent, local, national, international. I'll put all the links in the bio so you could do your own research. Don't trust me. Don't trust them. Trust yourself. Do your own research. I always say that, and I'm going to always say that. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.